So my name is Frank, better known as Frankie Candles, and we are here right now at the Hit Network Studios, which is home of BitBoy Crypto. I got into crypto in 2016 or 2017. I want to say 2016. But yeah, so essentially, here at BitBoy Crypto, I focus most on chart analysis and day trading or shorter term trading. So less long-term investing, less technology side of things, and more of actually how to analyze the charts on a technical level. Yeah, so I definitely think, I think one of the most, crypto's obviously a pretty controversial thing, right? A lot of people think it's a scam. A lot of people don't understand it. I think the number one thing that crypto has going for it is the power of the technology. And I just think it's too powerful of a technology for it to be ignored forever. And I think that's inevitably going to lead to it replacing, world currency everywhere. Yeah, I think it might take time. I think it might take a little longer than a lot of people realize. But I do think at some point, when we have something to replace the traditional financial system that is as powerful as blockchain and crypto, I just think, eventually it will wind up replacing all physical money for sure. Yeah, so with $30,000, I get asked this question a lot. I think, for some reason, everybody wants to be a day trader, which is great. I love day trading, but I actually think it's the less attainable thing for a normal person to do. I think most people are much better off with long-term investments. So with $30,000, being a trader myself, I think a lot of people would expect me to be like, oh, trade it to 100K, but I actually wouldn't do that. I would probably split it between probably Bitcoin, Ethereum, and maybe one higher market cap altcoin. But again, kind of what I tell people is if you don't have a really, really large sum of money, you may want to stay away from Bitcoin just because it has such a high market cap, it's kind of harder to move that needle. So I would probably go heavy into Ethereum and then maybe leave a little bit into Bitcoin. But yeah, I would say I would spread that 30,000 between the top 5 coins for sure. Yeah, so typically my answer to this is I don't date it, I don't hate it, I just trade it. So for my long-term holdings, like one of my long-term holdings that I'm the most bullish on is probably going to be Ethereum. I do have a lot of XRP, although they're obviously they're in the lawsuit with the SEC, so it's much higher risk. But I would say, probably my biggest long-term play that I'm most bullish on is probably Ethereum. Yeah, I actually love that question because I don't think, I think a lot of people in crypto kind of get stuck in an echo chamber where they think, nothing is wrong with crypto, it's only up, there's no bearish case. But I do actually have a bearish case for crypto, and that would essentially be overregulation. I think it's the most likely thing. I think it's the most likely bear case for crypto is, eventually, I always talk about, regulation is this big scary thing that everybody talks about. But in my opinion, it's very important because you can't get the real big players into this market until it's regulated. But with that being said, I think it's going to be very, very hard to have crypto regulated and not get overstepping of regulation. So I think, if they are, if it is going to get mass adopted, I think eventually the governments will have basically develop their own crypto and basically regulate everything else out of existence. So that would be the bearish case for me. I know, technically, even if crypto winds up being the future of finance, I think there is a likely case, or at least some case, that they're going to just regulate everything that is the decentralized aspect of crypto out of existence, and then we'll just wind up with fiat version 2. So that's probably my biggest bear case. I'm a pretty normal guy. I'm probably a nerd at heart, but I also am really into outdoors. I like hunting. I like guns. I know it's probably dicey to say on the internet these days, but yeah, I like hunting. And then I'm a nerd. I like playing video games. To be 100% honest with you, I am truly passionate about crypto, number one, but just chart analysis in general. Like, a lot of my free time does go into just staring at the charts, to be 100% honest. You know, anytime you are looking at a chart, I think, you know, it basically starts off with, you know, you look at the chart, you see all the bars going up and down, you're kind of trying to figure out what you're looking at. I think the number one thing that you would have to do is find out where your floor is, find out where your ceiling is, support, resistance. That gives you a little bit of context into, you know, what you're looking at. And then, you know, just basically in a super general sense, you're just waiting for reactions off of those levels and looking for specific technical signals to, you know, give you the okay to either get into a long or get into a short. Even before I knew anything about charts, before I knew anything about, you know, the stock market, crypto, anything, I always saw, like, in movies and stuff, you'd always see, like, the day traders. They were always the rich guys. They always have the nice cars. So that's definitely what drew me in. I'll be 100% honest, you know, just as a kid, seeing that, like, wow, like, and, you know, always just seeing, like, the screens with the charts for some reason just always interested me. And then, you know, once I got old enough, I think I was in high school, maybe I was like 17, 18, you know, I wound up downloading a stock market simulator app on my phone. And yeah, so I started off just kind of self-teaching myself technical analysis, playing around with those simulators. And then that kind of grew into, you know, some stock investing, not real day trading. But then I found crypto, and crypto was open the markets are open 24/7. And then I was just hooked. That's when my obsession began. Everybody wants to be a day trader. Everybody saw what I saw when I first got interested. They see the day traders, the ones with the Lamborghinis, they're the ones with the mansions. But what I would tell people, especially if you're new in crypto, take your time getting into day trading or any kind of short-term trading. It's much riskier. It's especially if you're using something like leverage, it's much riskier. It's much more time consuming. If you don't have time to sit down at a chart and watch your trades all day long, you're much better dollar cost averaging into the market over time, buying the dips and holding for the long term. That is a proven winning strategy. It's not as exciting. It's not get rich quick overnight, but you know, against popular belief, day trading is 100% not a get rich quick scheme. It takes time, and you have to learn some really hard lessons. And most often, you know, more often than not, you have to lose a lot of money before you actually learn. So you guys could check me out on my YouTube channel. It's just Frankie Candles on YouTube, and then I'm Frankie_Candles on all socials. And I do a 2-hour live stream every single weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we look at the charts, analyze the charts for 2 hours. I take a lot of questions from live chat, and I try to teach people how to make money trading crypto, whether the price is going up or down. And don't forget to check out Crypto Convos.
If you like the content, please like and subscribe. It really does help. Thanks.